Do you remember your childhood? When every small achievement, every misstep seemed magnified? As kids, we're hyper aware of how others see us, whether it's our parents, teachers, or even our friends. And believe it or not, the way people selectively pay attention to certain things about us can shape who we become. This isn't just about feedback or encouragement, it's about what they choose to see and what they choose to ignore. Picture this: you're 5 years old. You've just drawn your best picture ever. It's a masterpiece of scribbles, shapes, and colors. You rush to show your parents, brimming with excitement. But instead of the praise you expect, they say, "Why did you use that color for the sky? That doesn't look right." In that moment, your entire effort fades into the background. Suddenly, the only thing that matters is that one small mistake. This is selective attention at its most powerful, when one detail overshadows the bigger picture, leaving you feeling like that one flaw defines everything. And here's the catch: it doesn't just stop in childhood. This tactic follows us into adulthood, into our workplaces, relationships, and even how we see ourselves. As children, we crave approval. We want our parents to notice us, our teachers to praise us, our friends to accept us. But what happens when the feedback we receive focuses on what we didn't do instead of what we did? A child spends hours practicing the piano, mastering a new song. When they perform, they hit one wrong note. Afterward, their teacher says, "That was great, but you missed a note there." The child is left dwelling on the one mistake, forgetting the rest of their accomplishment. That single note becomes the defining moment, erasing all the hard work. These moments plant the seeds of self-doubt. They teach us that no matter how much we achieve, our flaws will always take center stage. This can carry into adulthood, shaping our relationships, our confidence, and how we see the world. Fast forward to adulthood, and the stakes feel higher. We enter the workforce, we build relationships, and suddenly, we're right back where we started, waiting for approval, hoping people see us for all we are, not just our mistakes. You're in a relationship, and you've planned a beautiful weekend getaway for your partner. You've thought of everything: flowers, dinner reservations, a stunning location. But when you get there, your partner says, "This is nice, but why didn't you pack my favorite sweater?" Suddenly, the entire weekend feels like it's missing something because of one forgotten item. This is the selective attention trick in action. Your partner focuses on the one small detail that wasn't perfect, making the entire experience feel less special. And just like that, you start doubting yourself, even though you did so much right. Or maybe it's at work. You've just nailed a presentation, but afterward your boss says, "Great job, but there was a typo on slide 5. Instead of walking away feeling accomplished, you're left dwelling on that one small mistake. Why does this work? Why does one small flaw overshadow everything else? Because as humans, we're wired to focus on criticism. It's a survival instinct. We remember the negatives to avoid future mistakes. But in today's world, manipulators use this to their advantage to control how we feel, to keep us doubting ourselves. Here's where it gets interesting. Selective attention isn't just something that happens by accident. It's a tactic. A subtle but powerful way people manipulate you into feeling insecure, doubting your abilities, or questioning your worth. They focus on the one thing that went wrong to control how you see yourself. Imagine you're in a group of friends. You've been the one organizing every outing, every party, and handling all the details. But one day, you forget to send a reminder for an event. Suddenly, all anyone talks about is how you forgot the one thing. The weeks of planning, the effort, the care, it all gets ignored because of that single oversight. It's a tactic used to make you feel small. The more you focus on your mistakes, the less likely you are to stand up for yourself or demand recognition for all you've done right. So how do you fight back? How do you break free from the weight of selective attention and stop letting others control your narrative? Call out the bigger picture. When someone focuses on one small flaw, don't let it overshadow everything else. Say, "I hear you, but let's not forget about all the other things that went well." This redirects the conversation and reminds both of you of the bigger picture. Keep track of your wins. Sometimes, it's not just about what others say, it's about what you internalize. Keep a journal, a list, or even mental notes of your achievements. That way, when someone tries to point out your mistakes, you can remind yourself of your overall progress. Reframe criticism as feedback. Instead of seeing every critique as a personal attack, view it as feedback. Ask yourself, how can I use this to improve without letting it define me? This shift in mindset allows you to take control of how you react to criticism. Set boundaries with chronic criticizers If you notice someone consistently focusing on your flaws, it might be time to set boundaries. Politely but firmly say, "I'd appreciate it if we could focus on the positives as well." By setting these boundaries, you're reclaiming your space and confidence. Refuse to play the game. Finally, remember that you don't have to engage. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. When you refuse to let others dictate how you feel, you take away their power. Selective attention is a powerful tool, whether used intentionally or unintentionally. But you don't have to let it control you. By recognizing when it's happening, shifting your focus to the bigger picture, and setting boundaries, you can take back control of your own story. Because at the end of the day, no one is perfect. We all have flaws, and we all make mistakes. But don't let one small thing define you. Don't let others decide what's important. The power of selective attention fades when you decide to focus on everything you've achieved. Your story is more than just your mistakes. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.